Hello everybody, welcome. This is a new video of strategies, tactics and boosts. We are in week 4 of the community championship of F1 class, and we are here to talk about the opening and the final round tracks, the tracks we are going to race this weekend. And I hope you all made it to this stage of this week's event, which is of course the hot prospect event with our three boosted drivers, De Vries, Piastri, and Sargent. And first of all, as we always do, let's go and see our 8 tracks. So as you can see, we are racing in Abu Dhabi, but we have to be careful. 39, 40 degrees. This means we need to test our softs if they can do 3 laps, or we have to go with mediums. We'll see about it when we see the strategy for Abu Dhabi. But be careful, this is 100% over 30 degrees, so we have to be careful with our compounds. Second track, Hungary, with 11% chance of rain. This smells like weather changing every 20 or 30 seconds, but okay, we'll see. Third track, Austin, with 20% chance of raining. The same comment goes to Austin. Our fourth track is a dry race in Australia, Melbourne. Fifth race, Brazil, Sao Paulo, again dry race. Our sixth race in Singapore with 66% chance of raining, and here we see over 30 degrees the temperature, but here softs can do easily 3 laps even with 40 degrees, so we don't have an issue in Singapore. Seventh race, as we did in Alfa Romeo event, it's the same one, 100% wet race in Zandvoort, Netherlands. And finally, Silverstone, United Kingdom, 4% chance of rain. Okay, we'll see what this means. And let's start seeing our strategies. And first of all, let's start with Abu Dhabi, where of course if you are at the back or in the middle and maybe at the top of the grid, 4-4 with hards, absolutely safe choice and very good choice. Works, and it worked even when we didn't have good cars and good drivers. Now that everything is getting better, yes, great choice again. Of course, the fastest choice, even if you are in the middle, although I say here only if you are at the top of the grid, but if you are P12 and P14 maybe, no, P12, P14, P10, and you're absolutely confident about your driver's race start, then yes, 233, and this is a choice for when you have when you don't have good tire management, or we have high temperatures as we're going to have this weekend, lasting with medium, because softs, okay, with drivers with an excellent tire management, yes, even with over 30 degrees, maybe we can do 3 laps with softs and be able to push. Else, mediums for the last stint, so we can push safely. Yeah, that's it. And as you see, 3-3-2, our second choice, all softs. My thinking here is that in the first stint we push only in the first lap, and then we slow down, we even conserve, so we can do 3 laps with the softs. And I'm talking about high temperatures. Now if it's below 30, we can do with a nice tire management. We don't need top tire management to do 3 laps with the softs. um, the second stint will be again the same, mostly conserving, and we will only push in the third stint. Now, if our tire management, uh, well, thinking about over 30 degrees this weekend in Abu Dhabi, don't allow us to be to do easily 3 laps with softs. Go for mediums, because it's better to be a little bit slower than run out of tires, especially in this track. Next track, Hungary. We have been racing for weeks in Hungary in the last events, so we know what to do. Of course, if we are at the back or in the middle of the grid, the best choice in Hungary, wherever we are, is one pit stop. 5-3 for our first driver, and 3-5 with Char or Movember probably, so we can boost our tire management and do easily 5 laps with mediums and be able to push. If you cannot, if your driver cannot do 5 laps with mediums and push, then choose the hard compound. But I believe with if we are a little bit careful, we can do 5 laps. Now, the best choice and the safest choice, soft, medium, 4-4 for wherever we are in the grid. And of course, don't forget that this track is made for cornering boosts. Don't forget that. Maybe we can use some combo boosts, but cornering boosts are the best here. Now, if we are in the middle or at the top of the grid, yes, we can go for 2 pit stops, but after update 29, I wouldn't I wouldn't have 2 pit stops as my first choice. I usually, as I always say, in Hungary, I start both my drivers with softs, and then I decide if they're going both 4-4, if I have the gap and we don't have stacking, or we can do 3-5. My last choice would be 3-3-2. Now, if it rains, so we want to know when the bots are pitting in Hungary. So our choices are 5-3, 4-4, and 3-5. Probably the best choice is this 4-4, because the bots will pit in lap 5, almost all of them. So 4-4, both our drivers, and the rest will come without even giving us a hard time. This season, the way the bots are behaving during wet races, I wish we had only wet races. They are so predictable that you can easily get from P24 to at least top 10 positions. So I will say it every time we have wet conditions. Know when the bots are pitting and pit one lap before. Okay, next one is Austin, USA. I believe we have some small chances of rain here too. Let's see the dry race first of all. If you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, 4, 3, medium. First stint, we conserve a little bit. We can do it. We can easily do 4 laps with mediums without pushing and maybe a little conserving. And second stint, we are very aggressive because we have a full power unit and mediums uh, to be quick. Now, for our second driver, 3, 4, it's medium hard because we want to push in our second stint, and mediums 4 laps and pushing in Austin. If we don't have a very good driver in tire management, it's impossible. So hard to be able to push. Of course, if our driver can go 4 laps with mediums and give us the ability to push without second thought. Now, if we are in the middle or at the top of the grid, the best choice, our best choice is one driver, 3, 4 soft, medium, and our second driver, medium, soft. These are the best two choices for Austin. Forget 2 pit stops, forget everything. Medium, soft, soft, medium for your drivers. No stacking, very fast strategy. Here, the boosts we are choosing, they can be all over the place. They can be speed boosts, they can be cornering boosts, they can be combo boosts. Look at your setup, look at your drivers, and decide which stat is lacking. Cornering, overtaking, um, speed. Where is what's your vulnerability in your setup, and go boost there. Go choose a boost that will help you in that area. Now, if it rains, then it's wherever you are, 3, 4. That's it. Both your drivers. Now, if you are at the top of the grid, at the top of the grid, P1, P2, then yes, 4, 3. So your second driver can do 3, 4 and avoid stacking and avoid trying to create a gap by maybe stalling your second driver. Yes, if your first driver is P1, P2, 4, 3, at lap 4, the bots will pit, but you're going to enter first or second, so no traffic for us, and it's easy to do our pit stop in the same lap with the bots. Else, 3, 4, 100%, both of them. Now let's go to Australia, Melbourne, and we have a dry race here. Of course, we can play the long game, 5, 3, hard, soft. We cannot do 5 laps with medium in Australia. So it's, if we decide to go 5, 3, it's hard, soft. Now, my choice here is mainly, even both drivers 4, 4. I'm writing here medium hard so we can push in our second stint. If our driver can have excellent tire management, maybe it can be medium, but it's very difficult. Probably we are going to need medium hard, and Here in Australia, we either use cornering boosts or at least uh, cornering boost with race start or cornering boost if we want with tire management. So it will give us the ability to be aggressive even in our first stint, of course in our second with hard. As you can see, this is a choice if we're in the middle or at the top of the grid, but here I would say use char or movember or frost, because even, and we were laughing, uh, but even if you don't have either of them, even pretzel, this 10, as you can see, this 10 in tire management will be extremely useful in Australia. By the way, Australia, which is a track that it's very slow, uh, we cannot get into high speeds. It's very slow, and even if we boost our cornering um, speed, forget it. If we boost our cornering, we won't be able to be much faster. So even if our boost lacks cornering speed, we don't care so much. We need tire management for this strategy. Of course, the best boosts for this strategy will be char again with 10 in tire management and 6 in cornering. But as the worst case scenario, just use uh, frost with a very good race start and 10 in tire management. Okay, now if you are mainly at the top of the grid, it could be a solution, two pit stops with softs. Before update 29, it worked perfectly, but now that the the overtakings have become more difficult, I'm not so sure, and I didn't have the choice to test this strategy after the new update because last week in Australia we had mixed conditions and it was a little bit crazy in safety cars, and so I couldn't test this one. If I can, I will try to test it at least in the opening to see where it will get us, if it's still good, so we know what to do. But to be sure, 4-4 for both of your drivers, even both of our drivers, would be the safest choice. Now, if it rains in Australia, then we can pit 3-5. Bots will pit in lap 4, some, and almost most of them at lap 5. So we want to avoid lap 5. We can do 3-5. We can do 3-3-2. And of course, the best choice is 4-4. Yep, I believe I remember well. Yes, the bots pitted on lap 5 in Australia. Anyway, even if I'm mistaken, and now I'm not thinking well, even if I'm mistaken, again, if the bots are pitting in lap 4, as I remember, lap 4, the back markers are pitting in Australia, and lap 5, the cars that are from P12 and above. Yes, I remember well now. So If you are in the top 12 cars, yes, you can pit P4 because you will enter first the pit lane, and you will exit first, so no traffic. If you are a back marker, then probably 3-5 is the best choice, or 3-3-2. But our first pit would be in lap 3 because we want to undercut the whole grid, all of our opponents. So uh, the last 8-9 cars pit at lap 4, and the top 12 pit at lap 5. So depending depending our position, we will decide when to pit. If we are in the top 12, no second guess, no second thoughts, 4-4, and we are perfect. Of course, if we are P1, P2, and we can do 5 laps with the wets, go for it. We don't care about traffic because we are P1, P2. So yeah, just go for it. Next one is Brazil, and yes, we have some changes here again. Of course, if you are at the back or the middle of the grid, and it means that tire management is not so good. 4-5 medium hard, and if you do 4-5, it's medium hard, so we can push in our last stint. But for me, the best choice is 5-4, 5 laps with the mediums, even if we need to conserve a little bit, but we will be very aggressive in our second stint, and the long game here pays off greatly after update 29. It's a very, although when you see it, your first thought is, come on, 5 laps with mediums, we're going to be very slow, we will need to conserve a lot, we are going to lose positions. No, it's not how it goes. We win many positions by staying on the track for 5 laps, even if we don't push. So trust me, 5-4 with mediums. If your drivers can do 5 laps with mediums, it's absolutely amazing strategy. And of course, our second driver, 3-3-3, I would basically go with this strategy if I'm at the top of the grid. At the back of the grid after the update, it's a little bit difficult for this to work. This strategy to work needs a great race start to be at the top of the grid after lap 1. Else, probably it's going to be a disaster. So, my safest choice is 5-4, and if you have a driver at the top of the grid or with a great race start that will go at the top 2-3 positions after the first lap, then yes, we can choose 2 pit stops, all softs, 3-3-3. Excuse me. Yes, and of course, if we have a driver with great tire management and with some help from our boosts, charm, Movember, downforce, frost. I always forget to write frost. I have to write it because someone is going to to write bad comments about this. So if you can, yeah, it's one of the fastest choices you can do. Even 5-4 medium soft. Now, Brazil with rain. It was with rain. Come on. Give me 1 second. Okay, my mistake. Uh, we just and Melbourne was okay. I don't know why I have made all the tracks with rain. Okay, forgive me about that. We don't have rain in Brazil, so forget it. We will see it next time. But in Singapore, we're going to have rain 66%. So, well, and it's very easy here in Singapore. Both drivers 3-3 soft soft, even if the temperature is very high, we don't care. uh, Cornering boosts soft soft, and that's it for both our drivers. Of course, alternatively, you can do 4-2, but have in mind that this will test your car's reliability. So maybe you should use something like Zin or Hook that boost our car's reliability. As you can see here, it's +8 in our car's reliability, and of course it's a cornering boost. So um, I wouldn't. It's a slower strategy. 4-2, 3-3 for me is the best one. And if you can avoid stacking, yes, go both your drivers like that. Now, if it rains, 3-3 for both your drivers. If you are not at the top of the grid, if you are not P1, P2, P3, 3-3 for both of your drivers. Now, if your driver, one of your drivers are at the top, P1, P2, P3, then yes, 4-2, because at lap 4 the bots will pit. But as I told you in other tracks, for wet races, we are going to enter the pit lane first and exit first, so we don't care about when the bots are pitting. But if we have a lot of cars in front of us, yes, we pit in lap 3. Uh, we pit in lap 3 so we can undercut, because in wet races we always undercut the bots. It's the perfect strategy to gain a lot of positions. Oh yeah, we have Zandvoort with 100% chance of raining, and this means that our strategies are 4-3 and 3-4. Bots, most of the bots pit at lap 5, maybe one or two pit at lap 4. So we can pit one driver at lap 3 and the second driver at lap 4 easily, no traffic. And don't worry when after pitting, even if you are P1, P2, or P5, P6, after pitting, you go back P17, P18, P20. Don't worry about it, because all these cars are going to pit at lap 5, and it's so easy and so satisfying to see them all pitting, and you just like doing a walk in the park, overtaking 15 cars, 20 cars in one straight. Uh, so trust me, don't worry about it. Don't be anxious. Oh, I fall behind. No, you haven't fall behind. You have done your pit stop, and you just wait all the others to pit and overtake them without even need to push. I most of the times I conserve in that straight when the bots are pitting. I conserve and recharge my ERS. So, and finally, we have Silverstone. Oh, that Silverstone last week was almost a nightmare. Uh, of course, 4-3 hard medium uh, is um, is a good choice, but if you are in the middle or at the top of the grid, for me, maybe the only choice, the best choice, is two pit stops: soft, soft, medium, and medium, soft, soft, for your two drivers. Mainly, I would like to see, I would like to use speed boosts here: Street Shark, Firework, Taurus, Skull, Eclipse, Deadfast. But it's okay if you decide to use Herald, Hook, Koopa. It's okay, but mainly I would suggest use speed boosts in this track. Now, if it rains, both your drivers 3-4, if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, because the bots will pit in lap 4. So if you want to avoid uh, stacking, if you want to avoid the traffic, 3-4 for both of your drivers, or alternatively, you could think 3-2-2 as a second choice, but I believe that, or even 2-3-2, but I believe that 3-4 for both your drivers and create the gap. Now, if you are at the top of the grid, then your first driver, if it's P1, P2, P3, yes, it will go for 4 laps because he will pit first. So we don't care about when the bots are pitting. And as I believe this, yeah, this is it for our opening and final round. These were our 8 tracks. Let's go and see them again. Abu Dhabi, Hungary, Austin, Melbourne, Sao Paulo, Singapore, Zandvoort, and Silverstone. Don't forget Zandvoort, a wet race, Silverstone, Singapore, Austin, and Hungary with chances of rain, and of course Abu Dhabi. Be careful, or Abu Dhabi and Singapore, no, but Abu Dhabi, be careful what you are going to choose for tires. If you are not sure that your drivers can do 3 laps with the softs with such high temperatures, then use the mediums. Okay, that's it for the qualifying and for the opening and final round. I hope you liked the video. We had some changes since last time, and we always adjust our strategies, and we don't know when the next update will come. Maybe we will need to adjust them even more. We'll see about it. It's week 4. Don't forget to don't forget that we are racing for $20,000 in the F1 Class Community Championship. Team Alpine is at the moment, which I'm a proud captain of this team, is at the moment at P2 of this championship. We're in a very good spot of getting some of that prizes, but we want even more. We are going to push more, even if to get P1 if we can. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button. Below in the description of this video, you will find a link uh, for a video of how you can support your favorite creator. And don't forget to come back because 2 live streams are on the way, opening and hopefully. Final round races. Uh, we're going to stream them as we do always on the weekend. Okay, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Have great results and uh, have great results, and I hope that we helped you with that. Bye everybody.